thing.
How we going? How's it going?
All right, good. So, any other announcements, right?
No,
Good?
just checking in, saying hi.
Yeah, thank you.
On the future, we're supposed to get
Curtis.
there on our own.
So yes, I believe we would try to buddy up to get there, if we can, but that would be the case if we get to El Segundo. And so if anybody doesn't have a way or something,
How many
let
guys
me
have seen
know, I'll try
this
to
and need to
post.
fill out?
If
Yes.
anybody has
Everybody?
space,
Okay.
take somebody,
Yeah, these
let me
guys-
know. But we'll show up there hopefully by 5:30 in El Segundo.
Have all these guys signed up.
So the traffic might be.
For what?
Okay.
Yeah.
Job seeker.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Let me know, and we'll try to buddy folks for something there. So yeah, so I mean, I think the goal is to, so I want to take the concept of what we saw at the Creative Reality Hackathon and do that, but do that with you guys, but over weeks, right? So you have time to iterate. So you understand what it's like to now do stuff under pressure. You understand what people are able to create under pressure in that environment. Now let's take some time, unpack that, fill in the blanks, and create stuff. That would be, my goal is I would like to be sitting here at the end of the semester showing your team videos for what you guys decided to produce out of this class. So, with that said, the goal would be to have, so you need ideas, right? We need some creators. We need people who have some creative ideas. So what you want to think about is after you come out of this workshop, after you see what we said, coming in on, I think it is like April 13th. We'd love to get together the folks who think they have a creative idea they want to pitch. And then let's see if we can get team formations around that and the rest. If we have more ideas, then people will hone it down to ideas and people. I think ideally you want, at least in this world, maybe 4 people on a team, since we're small, right? And if it remained this small, we would end up with 3 teams, right? 4 or 5 on a team. That's cool, right? Because in the end, I want to really spend a lot of time filling in the gaps, right? We want to get you the resources. So our goal is to get professionals to fill in the gaps where you guys don't have it, right? So, I want to get you guys access to equipment, right? We need to get you guys cameras, stuff to be able to shoot for, right? We need to get somebody who can actually, if you said you want to do something in VR, we need to get a Unity developer who can get in and help you visualize things in Unity. I want to get some of these other headsets, right? So I want to get a Microsoft HoloLens as an example so you can see that. We want to get an HTC Vive. We'll get an Oculus. So that's my job between now and spring break, is to figure out how we get you guys equipment and rigs to be in here to start playing around and producing. What I want you guys to think about is, you've seen some ideas of some out there ideas and the rest. Given that, what would you create if you had this space? And so that's, and take some time, think about it. Think about what's useful. You saw, over a quick, pressurized environment, but what do you think about this? What kind of stories could you tell? I'll give you a couple examples. A couple of storytellers I've met. The biggest thing in 360 video is location-based experiences. So just like the guy we heard from the first week here in North Carolina, they've got their kids going with these 3D cameras the next week to the African American Museum in DC. They're gonna have some footage. So that's one project that we can sort of try to help on to help us figure out how we might do our own project. But what that's about is helping somebody immersively experience the African American Museum, the Smithsonian in DC if you don't go there. Like that's just the simplest connection, just like we were trying to do of this building, right? The purpose of the live thing was, how do you use 360 video to let somebody see what's in this building without actually being here? And I think that's functional. And by the way, that's your magic window stuff, right? That's the stuff that plays, right here. So here. So this was 22 minutes ago in the class, and all teams were required to produce this video in order to finish the project. So in addition to code, you had to have this pitch. Right? So think about, I'm able to go here, I can find out, more go to that place, see it, but that's bringing somebody right here into this classroom in real time to be in that environment, and they can move around. And if they wanted to look at me while I was talking, they go do me while I'm talking. They want to look at what's on the screen, they look at what's on the screen, and they want to stare at you guys. But okay, you see where that might have value different than the broadcast that's going on right now, which is only flat, right? It's showing what I'm showing. I'm doing a screen share. It's seeing what you guys see right there, but it's not in this room. So I think as you think about what could happen, 360 video is what I found so far is the simplest of all of these. But the value proposition is that location-based experience thus far. It's what people have seen. I think John here said he did it when he traveled in Japan. And as you think about that, though, the problem that I ran into that you saw in all the video clips. So, okay, let me ask you guys, what do you think was the biggest production challenge as a producer in 360 video? What do you think some of the challenges are? So I'll tell you, what did I see? In every one of those video clips, I'm in it. If you shoot 360 video in order to control the 360 video camera, I have to control, even if I had another tripod over there, I was still Easter egg, like, where's Waldo? Right? And if you look closely at these 360 videos, where's the producer? Where's the guy who shot it? They're generally in it. So when talking to John, though, he talked about, well, let's put this on a monopod, and he had it in a backpack above you.
You have it on
It potentially may get just what's below you in the workflow for 360 video inside of Premiere. They have an ability to take a circle and fill it in at the bottom where the camera is. And so folks, as a regular base practice, thought about, okay, if you can only have the bottom, like where the tripod was, if you weren't in the shot, if it was above you in a monopod, then you could put a logo or whatever there, and now you only have the environment. Right? So these are the kinds of things that, again, I'm learning, asking the questions, right? How do you get rid of always being in the shot? Right? How do you figure out some of these audio cues in order to direct someone? Because you can understand also, too much, you get lost. Right? The projects that you looked at when we saw people presenting them, when you had somebody giving you narration of what was going on, it's much easier to follow. Like the follow me example is probably the best one, right? Not only did they have audio cues, she had video cues. Oh, say this word, you just got the payoff, here's your star, you've completed the task. And again, I want you guys to see this in the Samsung environment for the Fearless one, because it goes through, you guys will do a little level and do that piece. But that's really my goal for today. I just wanted to have you see what's there, think about some of the ideas creatively, and sort of be prepared then as we come back off of spring break. Are you going to pitch, or are you going to be somebody who's got skills that everybody needs? Because everybody needs somebody who can shoot. Everybody needs somebody who can edit. And edit shooting and audio is even better, right? But then the rest of it, you need storytelling, right? You need to be able to figure out what's your beginning, middle, and end of the project. How do you get from A to B? How do you best do that? And then all of you are going to have to figure out, how do you use the tools to do it? Right? We'll fill in some of those gaps, and I think that's our goal and challenge, is to bring that to the team, but to allow you to say, hey, here's what I want. If you can tell me here's what you want to do, then we can find some of the resources to fill in the gaps that know how to do what you need to do. Which means I got to go grab some community developers or stuff. Any questions about what we're looking to do?